Welcome back to Loving Living Local. A lot of you might be looking to put fitness at the top of your resolutions list, but that starts with a healthy diet. We have Samantha here, a registered dietitian and owner of Ridgeline Dietetics, business owner, and then whiz when it comes to nutrition.
Yes.
A little bit of everything here. Okay, let's talk about kicking off a healthier 2025, because I've always heard it's not what you do at the gym, like abs are built in the kitchen. Is that true?
Absolutely. Yeah, you cannot outwork a bad diet.
Yes, that's what I've always heard.
Absolutely.
Okay, so in your field, what are the most popular New Year's resolutions that you're seeing?
So far in 2025, it has been obviously weight loss, but then individuals are starting to look deeper. They're starting to look at physical activity as a goal. They're looking at just generally eating healthier and feeling better as well.
How can nutrition impact feeling better?
I'm sure we all know that when we do eat better, we naturally feel better.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know when I have, you know, I love a little Debbie Swiss roll, but when I pound down the whole box and I accompany it with a bag of baked chips, I feel
sluggish, heavy,
like a
bloated.
Slug. But when I eat clean, like yesterday I had a head of cauliflower that I roasted, I feel a lot better. Yes, it's that's so important. Going back to weight loss and feeling better, what are the top nutrition trends you expect to see this year for people to meet their goals?
This year, I feel like is going to be incredibly interesting. We're starting to see that individuals are over fad diets.
Over fad diets.
Yeah,
okay.
They are sick of it. They are sick of doing these crazy things to get fast weight loss just to put it all back on.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like fast is the right solution to this. It is like a slow and steady wins the race type thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, and so they are sick of this. And a lot of times the fad diets don't leave you feeling healthy either.
No, you're hungry, you're dehydrated, you're craving little Debbie Swiss rolls, something like that. So it's like you restrict, and then all of a sudden you're downing a bunch of things that make you feel like a slug.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So individuals are starting to really crave healthy, sustainable, you know, results that they can actually keep and live this life they want to achieve. So we're seeing things like keto start to kind of go out.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. What are diets that were popular that are kind of trending outward? Keto, you said?
Keto is one that is starting to trend out. I'm sure, you know, cycle back. I'm sure give it 20 years, it'll come back. But it's starting to be replaced with things like high protein, low carb. Yeah. Which isn't perfect, but
yeah, because your brain needs like 40 carbs a day to function, isn't that right?
It needs, it does need carbs, and then I mean energy wise, it's our body's preferred source of energy.
I knew a guy who went no carbs, and he was the nicest guy, but he would be in the office and be like, I'm on a no carb diet, and he's like sweating. You could tell he just doesn't feel his best, and it's not really realistic to exist in a 100% deficit of something that your body needs.
Exactly, it needs it. And then, you know, if you choose the right carbs, it optimizes everything. It's good for the gut microbiome. It is great for performance. It's great for energy. It's all about choosing the healthier carbs over those processed ones.
Okay. What is a healthy carb versus what is a processed carb? Let's separate those out to give people kind of an idea of what they should look for.
Yeah, let's start, look at breakfast.
Yes.
If you're having a carb at breakfast, say a processed one could be, you know, those Eggo French toast sticks that you put in the toaster.
I love them. Waffles that you throw in the toaster.
Yeah, so like replacing that maybe with toast. And it doesn't have to be 100% perfection. It could be switching that to maybe a more of a whole wheat toast. You could still sprinkle some cinnamon on for some flavor.
Do you know my issue when it comes to bread? Because I love bread. Is I love cinnamon raisin bread.
Oh yeah.
And I can't just stop at one slice or two slices or 3 or 4 or 5. I feel like I eat the whole loaf and I just douse it in butter. Are there any recommendations to kind of keeping yourself in check and not overindulging?
I would say first off, pair it with other things. Make sure you have a source of protein. Yeah. So that could be yogurt. It could be a glass of kefir. Also have some fiber in there, and then just enjoy it. And notice every bite, every taste, texture, and you're more likely, once you give it that time, to be satisfied with less.
And it's kind of a mindset change.
Big time.
How do you recommend people get into the right mindset of eating better for the long term as opposed to the fad diets? What's that mindset like, and how do people do that?
Yeah, it's all about connecting with why you want this goal. We want to improve our lives. We want to be happy. We want to feel good. We want to live. So figure out why you want this specific goal. And once you connect to that why, it gives you a purpose.
The why. Yes.
Yeah, and purpose gives you drive, because motivation, it naturally comes and goes. And when you have purpose, you're more likely to stick with it and be consistent.
What about not trying so hard? Because sometimes you're like, oh, I'm so frustrated, I didn't reach my goal, so you just stop trying.
Yeah.
Like, walk us through that trying so hard kind of ideology and how not to do that.
I think that's also going to be a big trend for 2025, is giving ourselves the time of grace. And being able to fall off the
Just be
changes.
okay with a box of Little Debbie's every once in a while.
Yeah, because you don't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
It's not about perfection, it is about consistency. And when you look at the big picture, one bad meal, no matter how bad, is going to ruin everything.
Okay.
What ruins everything is if that one bad meal turns into a bad week, a bad month.
A bad year.
Yep, bad year. So if you fall off the track, just oopsie daisies, I enjoyed it, but get right back on track.
Okay, Sam with Ridgeline Dietetics, thank you so much. We'll put up her information if you would like to get in touch, because you can book with you and come out and you'll help out with the kitchen situation. By that, I mean food. Okay, thank you so much for being here. More information on ridgelinedietetics.com.